Good afternoon, brothers. Today we got brother Derek Morton with us. Also present, we got brother Kuntz um, here today for our Fatherhood Initiative interview. Uh, Derek Morton, would you like to jump on and introduce yourself?
Sure. How you doing? Brother Derek Morton, E13, Tar Gamma Gamma, home of Airport Kings. Me myself from Macon, Georgia, real quick. Family, wife, 3 kids. All my boys are grown. Have one live in Dallas. Two of them are in Houston. One is at Texas Southern University. He's a graduate student, plays football there. And I have my youngest one, Colin. He's at University of Houston, engineering major. So the Jermaine Morton, Derek Jr., and Colin Morton are my sons in order. And retired military, just recently retired. Making San Antonio my home. And empty nester right now, but they ain't left. Y'all know the routine. So that's about me in a nutshell. Travel around the military 27 years. So long journey. And also retired now, along with that, and a business owner doing non-emergency medical transportation. So that's going to be my second career.
All right. Sounds good, man. Appreciate your service. And here we go, moving on to the first question. What was the hardest moment you had being a father, and why was it hard?
Repeat the question again.
What was the hardest moment you had being a father, and why was that moment hard?
Okay. Man, that answer is coming from just recently when got diagnosed with cancer this 2 years ago, last July, 2021. And I had to do a lot of things, teach your kids, be ready for the world and this and that, sports, racism, dealing with not winning all the time. But the one that really got me the most is when I had to tell them that I got prostate cancer. And not only that, you have a likelihood of getting it. And not only that, we have a family history of it. And telling a young male that at that age is like, okay, well, I'm young, it ain't gonna happen to me. But then you gotta have a serious conversation and say, to give them the statistics on that and to let them know that you can't stop it, you can prevent it, you can slow it down, but these are the things you need to do as a father, as a man, to get your life in order just in case it does happen. It's not the end of the world. However, it is a life-changing event if you don't catch it in time. And I had to answer their questions, because they're impressionable and they don't know ins and out of cancer. They've seen it and they only think it only happens to certain people, but it could possibly happen to them, and how they need to prepare for it. And if this surgery doesn't go right for me, or I don't make the right decision, I could possibly be gone in 10 to 15 years. So that was a hard conversation that my oldest my second born at the time, living with us. Coming back from college, had to accept that, and it was hard to give them that burden that I had to, because I think I was only the right person to have that conversation with them, rather than I got it from a doctor, versus I wish my dad would have told me about that early in life. But as we all know, the ego with males in the baby boomer generation, that's something they just didn't discuss. But that was the hardest thing I had to do, tell my boys about that and what may happen in the future with them.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. The next question, what world event have had the most impact on you as a father?
Tough one right there. World event as a father. I'm not gonna say COVID. I'm gonna say the Capitol siege. Benenberg is a father. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna say deployments. Because as a father, it's hard to explain to your children that, especially TDY and deploying, it's leading up to your deployment, that you got to be gone and that you got to suck some stuff up. You're not be able to do these things because mom don't have time. Those were the life-changing events because a lot of things they couldn't do. But then again, you got the wife at home and she's stepping up and doing it. So, but you're missing the first pitch. You know, I'm teaching you how to catch a football. I'm teaching you how to properly throw it. I'm teaching you how to put your glove on the ground, spread that glove, and let the ball go in. And by the time I miss all that and I get home, shoot, they throwing the ball like Dale Strawberry, you know. And but they ain't doing it how I told them how to do it, how I would have told them how to do it. They're doing it how their mama told them how to do it. And nothing that's wrong with that. It's just that I missed that and you can't get that back. You can't get that back. And that's one of the hardest events, big event deployment is that because you call home, you leave home, they got a child voice. And by the time you get back from the deployment, like, who is this? Dad, it's me. And they got a deep voice. And you really discover that you really miss 4, 5, maybe 10 years of your life because you're on the road and you're out there doing everything with God and country. So the event of the 9/11 affected my life in a big domino effect with the war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq, those deployments.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. How has your career affected your decision making as a father?
I've learned, especially at the end of it, that the Army's going to move on no matter what. No matter how much work we put in today, without us, the Army is still going to go rolling on. Even when you take a knee to take care of your family, Army still is going to move on. When we go to war, they're going to find another officer. They're going to find another person to do the job. And when you get seeing your career, and we put our family on the line, our free time on the line, it ain't like we in this for the money. And we do all that. My career has taught me that. It kind of taught me too late, but I caught it near the end. I need to pace myself and not forget my family. Army didn't issue me a family, and that's something that I can't turn in and get a new piece of every time the tough get going, or I lose my equipment, or I need to get some new refurbished equipment. You can't get a new family like that. You only get one family. God gave it to you, not the Army. So that's what the Army has taught me, that you got to cherish those things the most, despite where you want to go in your career, which I would definitely want to go to the top, but going to the top has consequences.
Gotcha. Okay. Next question. What is something you would want your children and grandchildren to remember about
you? Me being just a good man. Was I a good man? I got a lot of imperfections. I ain't perfect. But was I good? Was I good to people? Did people respect me? Did I respect the world? Did I respect other people? Was I a good man? Do they want to emulate me? Do they want to say Dad was always there? Dad set us up for the future. Yeah, Dad always told me that. Dad was right. Dad was hard, but Dad was fair. Those are the things I really want as a legacy to leave my kids so they can do the same thing to their children. Times are going to change. They're going to do it different ways. But at the end state, you want a person to be a good person, and it really starts with the head of the household. So that being me. And look at my faults as well. Look at my faults as maybe I wasn't very considerate in that time you left your room, dirty, and I took the hinges off the door and said, took the door off the hinges. You have no door, just my room. But it was there to teach you a lesson that, hey, this is not yours. This is mine in a sense. You're in my home. You got to respect that. So those lessons, those tough lessons will definitely be in their mind when they get their own children.
Gotcha. All right. It's the last question right here. What advice would you give young fathers?
Listen to your children. If you grew up in a disciplinary household, I grew up in a very disciplinary household. Listen to your children. Don't always jump to the first conclusion and think that discipline is going to fix it. Because when you really listen to them, sometimes It's not to say they right. It makes sense, and it really journalize you what they're thinking, because their thinking is different than ours. Of why they did what they did, whether good or bad. Some things are gonna be straight bonehead, and some things is gonna be like, yeah, what prompted him? Did he wake up this morning thinking that was gonna work for him? And you really listen to him, and then you may find out there was a nugget in your upbringing that was missing. Like, okay, I got it. Listen to you. So hey, don't do that again. However, do that, but do it like this next time, and then you'll get different results. So as a young father, listen to your child rather than always think you're right. Because we're 20, if anything, always on average 20 years apart from your child. And things are different in the world. Things are done a lot differently than they are today. That was a real hard lesson for me to learn with my children, with my firstborn, but I think I got it near the end with the last two.
Okay. All right, Mr. Morton, man. I appreciate your time for the interview. Really enjoyed it. Like always, these kind of interviews that we do, they always give, us brothers, some uplift, as far as, being great fathers and everything, to our children. Brother Koontz, you got anything to say?
Brother Rodney Kuntz, 421 South. Brother Morton, I just want to say thank you for your time. And I can tell you, from looking afar, that you are setting those example for other men to emulate. So I know that your kids will definitely embark upon that legacy that you left, because you have grown men that look up to you and admire the things that you've done for your country and your family. So thank you for your service. Thank you for your fatherhood. Thank you for your friendship. That's all I have to say, brothers.
Appreciate it, brothers. Really appreciate that.
All right. This right here will conclude the interview.